Okay, so welcome everyone. Thank you all for your patience. It's great to see your lovely faces. I've been wanting to do this for weeks and weeks now, but would you believe I actually had a coronavirus? But it wasn't the COVID-19, but I've had an awful virus for about a month now. And I've been coughing and coughing so much. I thought, and I'm just sitting back watching the world implode, and not be able to do any, well, not much anyway about it. But I started to get messages from some of my clients. These are clients who are often, very nervous, very anxious, and that's kind of what they've been working on. And they said, oh my goodness, I've been so calm. I've been so relaxed. I've been really coping with all of this so well. So I thought, okay, get well, Lily. So get well fast and, do this workshop. So that's what I've been doing. So learning all those new things like Zoom registration, right? And okay, so my name's Lalita for people who don't know me. I am a self-empowerment coach, and I love, love, love to help people address their emotional, physical, psychological, and spiritual pain and suffering. And boy, isn't there a lot of that out there right now. So I'm so happy to be able to work with this process called Faster EFT. Now, I think pretty much most of you are know Faster EFT. Is there anyone here who doesn't know about tapping and who doesn't know about Faster EFT? Heather? Great. Thank you for keeping an open mind. What was it that you were curious about it, Heather? Can you unmute yourself and just chat with me? What was it about?
Help with anxiety and stress, really. They're my main focus, yeah.
And has it been triggered more so by what's happening with the pandemic?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And that's what I was hoping to reach people with, and that's why I'm disappointed that all these people haven't been able to get on, but they'll get the recording and hopefully still benefit from it. And I'll do another one and invite all those people again, and we'll do it again, and we'll do more of it. One of my ideas actually is to do it once a week while we're at the height of what's going on. So if any of you are interested in that, I'll be emailing out to everyone how you can join in, and we'll just do lots of tapping. We won't do a lot of chatting. I like to always do a little bit of education. I like to teach people a little bit, because this is very different to your normal type of tapping. What we're doing is we're working with the brain. We're figuring out why this is happening in the brain, how it's happening in the brain. But the great part about it, neuroplasticity, the brain can change. The brain can change. So I'm just going to put my headphones in, because I've noticed my puppy dog walked in. Might get a bit noisy. Okay, so first of all, what I want to say to all of you is, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a doctor, but I'm a great counsellor. And what I want you to do is take responsibility for your own choices, what you make. What I'm going to be showing you today and sharing with you today is what I've learned and what's working for my clients, okay? So also, as you're doing this work, I want to talk about sometimes when you're doing this deep work with your brain, with your subconscious mind, lots of other things will surface for you. The brain has this amazing capacity to hold a lot of information from the past, okay? So from the time that you're born or sorry, from the time you're in the womb, your brain is already starting to download that information. Okay, your brain's already filing things away, because our primal need as a human being is to be safe, okay, to stay alive and to stay safe. And so the brain will record everything that it sees, everything that it hears, everything that it feels, smells, tastes, what you feel in your body when you experience something. It records all of that, okay? So when you're doing this work, sometimes the brain will bring that to the surface. So you might notice that lots of memories are flooding in. You might notice that you're having really vivid dreams, that you're thinking about things that you've never thought about for a long time, okay? Now, my stories, I'll just share that quickly with you, is, you know, I have been interested in the brain. I didn't know this until I started to train with eutaptics, learning how to use the faster EFT process. But from when I was a very young girl, I was really curious about why people did the things that they did. You know, I would look at someone when I was a small girl and I would, how come this person looks so sad? You know, why is this person behaving like that? So I was very curious from a very early age. And so I went into, and I knew that I had this deep empathy and compassion for my fellow human beings. I knew that as a child. And other people told me that, you know, also. So I went into nursing thinking that that's what it was. So I did nursing for a long time. And then there was a period of 17 years where I was very, very ill. I had, first of all, I was diagnosed with lupus, then fibromyalgia. I had chronic fatigue. I had, oh, here comes Michael. And I had allergies, chemical sensitivities, food fears, a whole heap of things that were going on. And so I started to, you know, investigate. I was always very curious. I wanted to heal myself, first of all, because I was in the most incredible chronic pain. You know, I was in chronic pain for that 17 years, every day, 24/7. And so I tried a million different things, you know, to address that. You will have no idea the long list of things that I used and tried to heal myself. Because what I realize now is that I had a deep belief that my body could heal itself. And now I know that that's why I'm so well now, because I've always had that belief. So trying all these different things, I went to see a psychologist, and I was in severe depression, chronic depression. I was thinking suicidal thoughts every day. I attempted suicide because I just did not want to live in that pain. You can't imagine what that was like. From head to toe, I was in pain. You know, I couldn't hug anybody because my muscles were in so much pain. I couldn't walk. I was bedridden for 11 years. I went from my bed to the bathroom for 11 years. You know, now and again I'd venture out and it would be excruciating. And so I went to see this psychologist, and thank goodness for me, she knew about EFT. And she told me about tapping. That was the first time I'd come across it. And that was a long time ago. But, you know, I just found it really difficult to use because I was in so much pain. I had tremendous brain fog and I couldn't even think straight. And you have to, you know, remember all those scripts. So just wondering, Michael could turn his. Are you there, Michael? Michael, would you mind, because I'm recording this, would you mind turning your video off? It's just down at the bottom. You'll see stop video.
Sure.
Thank you. You can still hear everything?
Find out.
You can mute and unmute yourself. Thank you. Okay, so where was I up to? So, did everybody wash their hands before they came on? I forgot to mention that because we're going to be tapping on our face. Okay, so if you need to wash your hands, or if you've got a wipe next to you, or sanitizer if you're lucky. Okay. Okay, where was I up to? So my story, yes. So I found EFT too difficult to use, so I didn't use it, but I told a friend of mine about it. And I said to her, jump online and have a look. And I heard that there was some advances, and you know, there might be something else there. So she jumped online and she saw fast EFT. And because I'd been saying to her, I found EFT, you know, very slow. EFT definitely works. It's helped millions of people around the world. It's fabulous, fabulous stuff. What I found with faster EFT is that you can go deeper into your problems. So EFT is very good if you're feeling certain emotions, and in the heat of the moment you can tap and you can address those emotions. But if you've got chronic illnesses and chronic diseases and they're long-term things and EFT is not working for you, then explore fast EFT. Now, the reason that fast EFT works so well is that we address the memories that are linked to your problems, okay? So when you get triggered by a certain event or something that happens and you feel that anxious feeling, or you get angry, or you feel sad, whatever it is, those emotions will be somewhere back. Can you see that picture back there on my screen? Right? So they're all the memories, millions and millions and millions of memories that the brain has recorded. And that's all held in the subconscious mind. And we operate from the subconscious mind 95 to 98% of the time. So if you feel a certain feeling or you've got a problem that you're working on, it'll be somewhere there in the memories. And if you're interested in memory, I'll email out you a link by a fabulous woman who researches. Would you like to mute yourself, please, Michael?
Oh, okay.
She speaks about her research into memory and how the future of healing is going to be working with memories. And already we have lots and lots of incredible scientists, neuroscientists, researchers, doctors, psychologists who are using, focusing their work on memory reconsolidation to help their clients. Okay. So a couple of things I want to say to you before we do any more is, if you find this helpful and valuable, I know some of you here are already support me, which I'm very grateful for. Thank you. What I'm going to do, because I've been thinking about what can I do to help. It looks like we're going to be in this for, you know, up to 6 months maybe. What can I do to help people? So I've been working busily in the background without my voice while I had that flu to get some courses online. So I'm going to be offering, I'm trying to get those online as soon as I can, hopefully in the next week. The first one I'm going to be doing is called the Making Magic Happy Journal. And I'm really excited about that. I know some of you here have done some of my workshops before. And, I'm used to doing face-to-face workshops. I love them, and I feel very comfortable doing those. This online one is my first one. So I'm going to get this course online. So if you want to join me on that one, Happy Journal is about training our brain, because we are geared to, and we're hardwired, our brains are hardwired to always look for negative things to keep us safe, okay? So our brains are really good at doing that. And some of us are experts at always looking for the fearful things, the catastrophic thinking, the negative thinking, the fearful thinking. We become really good at this because of all our life experiences, okay? So the Happy Journal is you'll have an opportunity to not only work on the memories that have caused you to be unhappy in your life, to cause you to be fearful in your life, but it will help you to rewire your brain to focus more on the joy in your life, to focus more on the happy things in your life, because they are there. They're always there. Even with what's happening at the moment, it's just been extraordinary. I'm sure all of you have seen the extraordinary, amazing things that have been happening with people, singing on their balcony, teddy bears on their windows, popping food into their neighbours. Just incredible, incredible things that have been happening, where people are looking for the good, looking for the good in this. And we're going to be doing some of that, today. So I can help you and help your brain to start looking for those joys, looking for those pleasures, looking for the calm and the peace in your life. And you'll have this great tool, to do it with, okay? So the Happy Journal course, I will send out an email to everybody about that. I'm making them really affordable because I know financial hardship is another thing that everyone's facing. So I'm going to make them really affordable, okay? But also honor myself and my own skills. And another one I'm working on is called Develop Emotional Resilience. And I know some of you have joined me on that workshop. And again, that's great value. It'll teach you so much about yourself, how you tick inside yourself, and how to work on your memories and how to make changes, okay? And there's lots and lots of activities and exercises and things that I'll be giving you there to help you to grow and to help you to live the life that you want to live, not driven by all those things from the past, okay, which drives us. The other one I'm going to hopefully pop on is the relationships workshop, because I've had several people contacting me saying, my God, I want to just kill my husband because everybody's, living together so closely for a long period of time, and they haven't done that before. They've been able to escape. They've been able to run away, go shopping, or, do what they do. But now they're there, all the time. So they've been triggered big time. So I've already got two couples who are hopping onto that couples course. And I love that course. You're going to have so much fun on that course with your partner. So check it out, okay? Also, what I'm going to work on is a membership. I realised, and one of my business coaches pointed this out to me. She said, Lolita, you have got a huge amount of knowledge and understanding and tools and techniques that you can help people with. So I'm going to organise a membership. I don't know how to do it quite yet, but I'm working on it. And as I said to my business coach, I said, I am learning so much. I'm in my senior years, right? but I'm learning so much. I am never going to get dementia. And she just laughed and laughed. You have no idea what I've had to try and learn. You know, I see you youngins on here and I go, oh, you know, I wish I was like you guys. You just know this techie stuff so well. Me, I'm so slow, you know, so slow. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And just doing this was a great lesson, right? Of how not to do it. So anyway, a membership is another thing that I'll be offering. And this Friday, for the next few Fridays, I'm going to be just inviting anyone who wants to join on, and we'll just do some tapping together, okay, to get you through this time. All right, so how are we going to start first is, I think, Kelly, are you familiar with fast EFT style of tapping? Just unmute yourself.
I don't know.
Okay, and Heather, I think you're the only one.
No, I don't know about it.
Is there anybody else there that I can't see on the screen that is not familiar with fast EFT style? Margaret, are you okay?
Not familiar.
Okay, so I'm going to run through it. So bear with me, everyone who already knows it. And the ones who are familiar with it, you know, if I miss something, let me know. If you want to add something, let me know. This is your workshop. I want input from you, okay? So just join in, unmute yourself and just join in when you can. All right. So the wonderful thing about the faster EFT style of tapping, it's fast, right? It's simple and it's effective, okay? You only have to tap on 5 different places. Isn't that awesome? Instead of like all over the place, and places where I don't really like tapping, like under here, right? I don't like that one, so I'm not going to do that. This is really quick and easy. And the wonderful thing is you can teach children to do this and it's fabulous. They just get it. And I'm also on the Emotional Ed international team for Emotional Ed. We're working on a pilot program. We were ready to launch into schools when all of this happened. And we're still inviting, if you know anyone that are teachers that are working schools, principals, anyone, please let them know about the Emotional Ed pilot program. I will send out some information in the email with that. But I'm on that team and we're going to be teaching children how to tap. We're going to teach teachers how they can help children in the classroom tap. And I'm very, very excited about that. So children can do this because it's so simple and easy to do, okay? So the most, yes, Laura?
How young of an age are you guys doing it with?
Primary school through to high school at the moment. Okay. I have one teacher, she was actually going to be jumping on and she's probably thinking, what's going on now? They're hoping to get the whole school on board all the way through to teach them. I've already been there in the school. Can someone mute that's making that noise? Thank you. So I've already been to that school. I did a very short session there with a group of students and they had some phenomenal results, phenomenal. And so this whole school hopefully will join into that pilot program. So just keep that in mind. Now, the most important thing about the faster EFT style of tapping is the tapping part is the least important part of it, okay? What we do is we use a lot of what we call defracking, okay? Now, what defracking is, so when you are learning things, you're learning them in fractions. So remember when you learned how to drive a car, right? You learn how to do the gears. Well, probably you learned the brake first, right? Where's the brake? That's the first thing I want to know. How do I stop this thing? So you learn how to use the brake and the accelerator. And then you learn how to shift the gears. And then you learn the next bit and the next bit. And remember when you're at school, you learn your times table. You're learning it in fractions. You're learning it in bits, okay? So everything you learn in life, you're learning in chunks. And so that's how your brain records all your information, everything you're learning. It learns it in parts. And so say, for example, if you're learning how to be really good at worrying, right? And you'll get good at worrying because there'll be somebody in your family that was really good at worrying, okay? Everyone's problems start from usually the first 7 years of your life, from the womb onwards, is where you're learning from your family of origin, okay? What all their behaviors are, what all their habits are, what their perceptions and their beliefs are. That's what you're being programmed with, okay? So you're learning that in chunks. So if you want to be really good at worrying, so when I'm working with clients who are very good at worrying, first I find out who is their main teacher, right? Who taught them how to worry, who else worried in their family. And then all the other times where they needed to worry a lot, right? And so then they become experts at worrying. That you become experts at fear. You become an expert at pain. I was an expert with pain, right? And so this is how the brain learns. And so we use defractionation in this process because we want to break that down in the brain in chunks, okay? Now, how we do that is we access the memories that are associated with that problem. So what I want you all to do at the moment, I want you to have an experience of that right now. I want you to close your eyes. So everyone close your eyes. And I want you to notice what your front door looks like. And notice you have an image of it, your front door. Notice what color it is, how it looks. And what I want you to do is I want you now to change the color of your front door. Go ahead and do that. You can even change the doorknob if you want to. Just go ahead and do that. Good. Now what I want you to do is open your eyes, and if someone would like to tell me, unmute yourself and just tell me what you experienced. Amanda, you're unmuted. Were you able to change the color of your door?
Yeah, I did my childhood door, and it was all brown and like retro 80s glass. I changed like stained glass with lots of colours, and my door went white rather than a nice 80s brown.
Awesome, awesome. Okay. And so your door that you have now is white?
Yep.
And the door that you changed it to in your memory is this beautiful one, childhood memory one.
Oh, no. I moved it from the childhood memory to a modern.
Oh, I see. Oh, yours. Amanda is very creative, very creative. Now, was everyone able to change the color in their mind? Were you able to change the color? Anyone? Mm-hmm. If you didn't, unmute yourself and tell me. Everyone able to do that? Good. Okay. So what that shows you is that within the blink of an eye, you can find that memory of your door, okay? And you were able to then change the color of your door. So you can change memories, okay? Inside of your mind, inside your brain, you can change your memories. Is everyone got that? Yep. So basically that's what we're doing with Faster EFT. We're looking at the problem, we find the memory that's associated with that problem, and then we can help you to help guide you to be able to change that yourself. I'm not changing your memory. I didn't change that beautiful door, Amanda, did I? You did,
No.
right? So everyone will be doing it themselves within their own mind. Now, this is what's outstanding about Fast 15. Okay, we go in, we find those memories, and we help you to change them. All right. So what I want to do now is I'm going to show you how to tap. But before I do that, part of what we do when we're tapping, when we get to the wrist, I'm going to ask you all to go to your happy memory. Okay? So what I want you to do now is close your eyes, and I want you to find a happy memory, a happy place. It may be somewhere where you've been on a holiday. It may be when you're walking on the beach, walking in the forest, when you held your baby, your puppy dog. I want you to find that happy memory. And what I want you to do is notice what you see. Look around you. Look at the colors and the images. Notice what you hear. The smells. Notice if there's any smells in this memory, any tastes. Notice the feeling that you're feeling in this memory and where you feel it. Notice where you feel it in your body. And I want you to make that feeling bigger. Expand it out. Feel it in every cell of your body, how good that feels. And now take a deep breath in and blow it out. Hold your wrist and say peace. Okay, awesome. Now, did anybody have difficulty finding a happy memory or happy place? The reason why I'm asking this is because a lot of people do. You know, I've been doing this for 5 years now, and I have so many clients that do not have a happy memory, cannot find a happy memory. And what you can do if that happens is you just imagine one. So is there anyone who had difficulty? You can just unmute yourself. Tash? How did you go, honey?
Yeah, I did. There's like, I went back to holidays and stuff like that, but then there was always moments that,
Yes.
like, yeah, something would happen, or how I was feeling at that time, or
yes.
Well, that wasn't really that happy either, because that happened then, and yeah, it was really hard. So I just kept jumping to another, but it just,
interesting.
I've had struggles for so many years.
Yes.
It's very hard to
Yes. Okay. So you know, this is all the information that you have in your brain of those experiences that you had. And this is what the brain will do. Did everyone notice that? You know, you try to go to your happy memory, but you remember a little bit of it that wasn't so good.
Yeah.
Right? This is very normal and natural for the brain to do. And the great thing is neuroplasticity, the brain can change. And this is an awesome tool to be able to change that. Okay. So Tash, you can go back to those holidays that you had, and you would tap on those parts that were unhappy. And that once you do that, that memory will come back to you, and you will only remember the good part.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the awesome thing about this. I get so excited when I hear things like that. So for anybody who else, you just imagine it, okay? And the wonderful thing is, once you start doing this work, you'll have less and less and less of those bad feelings and bad thoughts about those memories, okay? So the other most important part about this is to aim correctly, okay? So aiming is what the problem is that I want to address, what the problem is that I want to change, and focusing on that. But the most important part about that is to break yourself out of that, okay? So that's when the defracking comes into play. So what the brain tends to do is when you have a problem or when you have a pain or a feeling or an emotion, whatever it is that's bothering you, the brain tends to go into what we call a trance-like state, into kind of like a hypnosis. Okay, we do that all the time. Has anybody ever noticed that? When you're feeling bad, you can stay feeling bad for a long time. Yep. When a memory comes into your mind, you just keep replaying that memory over and over again. Yep. I used to be really super talented at that because I didn't know that you could break the trance. I didn't know. We do it all the time with our little children, don't we? You know, you see one of your children, or even your dog, if you haven't got children, you know, your dog's doing a certain behavior and you want to stop them, you distract them, don't you? You know, come over here, come on, you're okay, give them a biscuit. No, that wasn't the kids, right? So when when a small child is upset or hurt or angry, you try and distract them. You know, that's why we have a rattle, right? When they're little babies, we're distracting them. But what we're doing with fast drift is we're not distracting, we're actually defracking, which is we're breaking down that problem. Now, why do we tap? Why do we tap? Okay, because when you go into the trance, into what's been triggering you, your brain sends a message to your body to get the heck out of there, right? It'll go into the fight-flight response. And it'll tell your body to do something. So if you go too close to a fire, your brain will send a signal to your hand, move your hand away from that fire very quickly, okay? And so this is what we're doing. We're interrupting the pattern that's going from the brain to the body, which creates pain, which creates suffering in our thinking, which does all kinds of things. So when you have a constant triggers, your brain goes into a stress response. And every time you're stressed, your body releases a whole heap of cortisol and adrenaline. And if you have an accumulative load of adrenaline and cortisol flooding your body regularly, which is what was happening to me while I got sick, right? Constantly in a state of stress. Every part, excuse me, still a little bit of that flu there. So what happens is when your body's in that constant state of fight, flight, and freeze, every part of your body is going to get affected. Your immune system. So if you're battling with immune system issues, this is what's happened. If you've got physical pain, if you have digestive problems, all right, whatever illness that you have, you can pretty much say that 99% of why you go to a doctor is because you've had a whole lot of stress going on in your life. Not just present stress, which is what people forget. It's accumulative stress from when you were in the womb onwards, okay? And that's what's happening. So we're no longer the gazelle. You've seen a gazelle running from the tiger. You know, they notice that the tiger's there, they run. They run and run and run. Then they know they're safe, they stop, they shake that off, and off they go. Okay? But what we do is every day, we're constantly in a state of stress. What we see on TV, what's happening with our kids, what's happening with our politicians, what's happening in my church, you know, what's happening with my partner, whatever's going on, we're in a constant state of stress. Our body's flooded with cortisol and adrenaline, okay? And that's what leads to whatever problem that you're dealing with now. And that's what led to me becoming so chronically ill. most of my stress was emotional pain. I was in suffering so much with not feeling loved, not feeling wanted, not feeling heard, not feeling connected, you know, and I would suffer enormously because from when I was 2 years old, I had no mother. From when I was 15, I had no father. So I was an orphan by the time I was 15, but I actually only had 9 years of parenting, you know, so I never got that loving, I never got that bonding, I never got that safety and, you know, all those things that we require as a human being. I didn't get my needs met. And so, you know, I go into a relationship and I want it there and I'm not getting it, right? And so I go into this enormous amount of emotional suffering. And that's what caused my illness. If you look at, I've got these great books that I use. I use this book when I'm working with clients, this one. And I use this one here. This is so thick, look at that. And when I look up things, so when I'm working with clients and I look up lupus, or I looked it up for myself, fibromyalgia, any chronic illness, chronic pain, you look in that book and it'll tell you about emotional suffering. It'll tell you about, you know, the experiences that you've had in your life that have caused you a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. Tash?
I have that book and it's amazing. It's my friend of mine actually, but yeah, big
fantastic.
Big believer of metaphysical systems.
That's it. Because, you know, we're emotional beings. Our brain, the part of our brain that is in operation most of the time is our emotional brain. 80% of the time we're operating from our emotions, okay? So it's got to be part of whatever your issue is. It'll be emotions, stress and emotions, okay? That's okay, Kelly. Thank you for joining us and thank you for being so patient. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so let's get into how to tap for those who are unable to. Oh, Kelly was one of them. Sorry about that, Kelly. So what we're going to do is I want you to choose a little problem and choose something that's been bothering you around this pandemic, what's been happening. If it's something there that's been bothering you, okay, or anything else, but please just choose something small because we're only going to be doing this for a little while and I want to help you to shift that before we finish, okay? So I want you to choose that little problem and I want you to notice how it bothers you. And you'll notice, so close your eyes and you notice that you can see that problem. Notice what you see. Notice what you hear. Notice the smells, the taste. Look around you, look at the colors and images. You may even see expressions on people's faces, the tone of their voices. Just notice that. And notice the sensation in your body, where that resides, this problem. And what I want you to do is go to the part that bothers you the most. And make it as strong as you can. The stronger that you make it, the better this will work for you. But I don't want it going any stronger than a 5. Okay? And I'll give it a rating. And see it for the last time, this problem. Now imagine in front of you a sandcastle on the beach and the wave comes in. What's going to happen to that sandcastle? Go to wash away, okay? So now what I want you to do is open your eyes And just unmute yourself if you want to. And we're going to do some tapping. So I want you to look at me. I want you to look up and look down. Look to the right. Look to the left. And look at me. And I want you to roll your eyes around one way. And now the other way. And now feel your fingertips starting at the eyebrow point. I want you to now notice how many fingers you're tapping with. 2, now 3, now 1, now with whatever you want to tap with. And I want you to repeat everything that I say. I am now eliminating
I am now
eliminating
all of my sadnesses,
all of my sadness,
fears,
fears,
and all the emotional trauma.
all the emotional trauma.
Side of the eye. I am now
I am now
eliminating
Eliminating
all the angers,
all the anger,
resentments,
resentment,
the
resentment,
guilt,
the guilt,
all the fears of this global pandemic,
all
global
the fears
fears
of this
of this
global
global
pandemic,
pandemic,
the overwhelm,
the overwhelm,
overwhelm,
the panic buying of all that toilet paper.
panic
the
buying
panic
of all
all
that
that toilet
paper.
paper.
I might catch it, that flu.
I might
I'm gonna catch
that
that flu.
The social media,
The social
all
media,
those scary posts,
all
all
the
those scary
posts,
posts,
conspiracy theories.
conspiracy theories.
Just let it all go.
Just let
Let it all go.
Under the eye. I'm now releasing and letting go.
I'm releasing and letting go.
All the judgments,
all
All
the
the
judgments,
judgments,
the criticisms,
the
the
criticisms,
criticisms,
all the times I felt abandoned,
all the times I
I
felt
felt abandoned,
betrayed.
betrayed.
I'm letting it all go now.
I'm letting it all
letting it all
go.
go now,
Now on the collarbone, I'm releasing and letting go.
releasing, letting go,
Releasing and letting go.
Feeling of helplessness,
This
feeling
feeling
of
of
helplessness,
helplessness,
feeling of hopelessness,
this
feeling
feeling
of
of
this
hopelessness,
feeling of no control,
this feeling of no control,
the powerlessness,
the
power,
rejections,
rejections,
and everything else connected to this problem.
and
and
everything else connected to this problem.
I'm letting it all go today.
I'm letting it
Letting it
all
all go
go.
today.
And as I let it go,
And as I let
I
go,
notice a sense of calm,
I notice a sense of
a
calm,
sense of peace,
sense of peace.
and everything's going to be good. Everything's going to work out fine.
and
Everything's going to
everything's
work
going to
out
be good
fine.
and work out fine.
Now take a deep breath in and blow it out. Hold your wrist and say peace
Peace.
and go to that peaceful place. Just close your eyes and drop into that and see what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel, the smells, the taste, the feeling in your body. Make it stronger and really feel that. Imagine it if you need to. And what I want you to do is I want you to take that good feeling, that peaceful feeling, and in your mind, I want you to send it to you in the problem that you're working on. Can you do that? Send it to that problem and notice it's changing. Notice it's different. Now open your eyes and look at me. Good. Well done. Doing well, everybody. Now what we're going to do is we go back and check the problem. So what we did when I first got you to go to that problem, we were aiming at it, right? That's what makes this so important. You aim at the problem. And then did you notice when I got you to open your eyes and look around? That was the first defrag, which was already breaking the pattern interrupt, breaking the trance between the brain and the body, okay? And then when you started tapping, you were also defracking. So the tapping is the defrag. You're already sending signals to all the organs that this is going to change. Okay, you're interrupting that message going to the body. That's going to flood your body with cortisone, adrenaline. You've stopped that. All right. And then when you hold your wrist and you go to the peaceful place, that's also defracking. When you had that little laugh, that's also defracking. Okay, you're breaking the trance. Does everybody understand that? Has anybody got any questions? And Mars, if you could keep an eye on the chat for me, let me know if there's any questions there. Any questions about the defrag and tapping so far? Margaret, just unmute yourself.
I have to leave the meeting now. I'm sorry. I hope I can pick it up on the call.
Definitely, definitely. And Margaret, just keep doing the tapping. If you were working on something that was bothering you, just
Thank
keep
you.
doing that. Okay,
Thanks.
thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes, so we're very late. My apologies. So I've missed a whole lot trying to condense it and get through it a little bit quicker for you, okay? So any questions about the defrag, anyone? Tash, you're okay with it?
Yep.
Cool. Well, if everyone's okay, and remember any questions that you ask is also going to help people who are watching the recording as well, if you've got anything, all right? So
I was
now,
just thinking, sorry,
yep,
I was
go
just
ahead.
thinking for people that are watching that are new. I remember one of my first questions when I did it with you last year was, how do you know like what to think of when you're tapping? And you made a point to me that it wasn't about, it was more of what you thought than when the actual tapping.
Yeah,
Yes,
So it's about the, like, it's more about the thought of what you're thinking rather than the actual tapping.
that's
focus
right.
on the fingers.
That's right.
Yeah.
And if you notice that you are thinking a lot, you may be in a trance. All right. So what Robert teaches us, so Robert Smith, who's the creator of Fast 15, what he teaches us is your defrag, whatever you're using, and I'm going to introduce you to a couple in a minute, is got to be bigger than the problem. So if you notice you're in a trance, because I have clients who say to me, oh, I was tapping for hours and nothing changed. Well, do you know why? Because they were deep in their trance. And the defrag that they were using wasn't big enough to break that trance. And usually people like that have practiced their trance. They practiced it, they're very good at going deep into their trances. They're good at rehearsing their memories. They're good at feeling those feelings and making them stronger and bigger. They're already good at it. Okay, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So now what we're going to do, we're going to use another defrag method, and we're going to go back to this problem. So everyone close your eyes, unmute yourself first. Okay, so now I want you to go back to the problem that you chose. Step into it, see it, feel it, hear it, smells, taste. Look at any expressions on faces, the tone of the voices, any smells or tastes. Go back to that problem. If you close your eyes, it'll help you focus on it better. And what you will notice is that it's already changing. It's already different. I can see some heads nodding. Nod your head if you notice it's already changing, that problem. Okay. And just in your mind, just give it a rating. What's left there now? And now we're going to tap again. So open your eyes. So also when you open your eyes and you look up, if you hold your head up, is a defrag. Okay. So you'll be able to watch this over and over again to remember, help you remember these parts of it. All right. So now what I want you to do is we've gone back to the problem. You've given it a rating. Now keep your eyes open and tapping on the side, on the eyebrow point. I want you to sing along with me. You ready? Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. On the collarbone, I'm so glad. Every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad. Every little cell in my body is happy and well. Now take a deep breath in, blow it out, hold your wrist. Peace.
Peace.
Lovely singing, everyone. Gorgeous. Okay, now that was a defrag. Okay, so when you're tapping and you want to break down that trance, you can use singing. It works beautifully. Okay, really fun. So let's go back and check it and see if it did. See if it collapsed that problem quicker. Go back and check it, close your eyes, go back to the problem. If your problem's no longer there, please let me know. Just nod, wave, whatever you like. Let me know if your problem's gone. I see quite a few people. Excellent, excellent, well done. And also give it a rating what it's down to. Is there anybody who hasn't shifted at all? Anybody who's still as high as they were when they started? I'll be very surprised if it is, but tell me if it is, okay? Anyone? Everyone's reduced down? Good, okay. Now what we're going to do is go back to that problem again that you were working on. Now be careful because sometimes your brain will go finding another one, right? It does this. Because the big ones will be standing there in the background ready to come forward. So don't let that happen. You just stay with this one, please. Close your eyes. Go back to it again. Notice how it's changed. It may be the image, it may be the colors, it may be the expression on the person's face. If there's someone there in that problem with you, look at their face. Listen to the tone of their voice if you could hear them before. Notice if it was a feeling in your body. Notice that's changed. Smells, taste, anything else. Okay? You got it? Now open your eyes again and look at me. This time, starting on the eyebrow point, you're going to laugh with me. Ready? The side of the eye, under the eye, on the collarbone. This problem, I no longer need it.
This problem, I no longer
I'm
need
so powerful, I can change this problem.
it. I'm so powerful, I can change this problem.
I'm going to start living the life I want.
I'm
I'm
going
going
to
to start living the life I want.
In control,
In
In
control.
peaceful and calm through this whole pandemic.
Peaceful and calm through this whole pandemic.
Stay focused on what I can control.
Stay focused on what I can control.
Stay grounded.
Stay grounded.
My mind and body are calm and relaxed.
My mind and body are calm and relaxed.
I have enough toilet paper.
I have enough toilet paper.
And I love and appreciate this part of me that's kept me safe.
And I love and appreciate the part of me that's kept me safe.
Take a deep breath in, blow it out, hold your wrist, say peace. Peace. Good job, well done. So that's another defrag. Okay, another way to chunk down your problem, collapse the problem in the brain, break it down in how the brain has recorded that problem. Fake laughter, right? Started in India. Woohoo! Okay, so what does everyone think about that? Defracking. This is what Fast EFT is about. Do you know, I have some clients who don't tap at all. And all we do is defrag. And their problem changes. Okay? I love defrag, Laura. Yay! It's the way to go. It's the way to work on those memories. Okay. So any questions, please, about defracking? No?
Yes, I do.
Yes?
How does it work if the clients aren't tapping at all?
It still changes the recording in the brain,
Yeah.
It still sends a signal to the brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that clear the memory though?
Collapsing it, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely it does. There's
Yeah.
lots and lots of ways to clear memories without tapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
A lot of it will be about your belief about it as well, your understanding about it, how your brain works. Okay, so if you have a belief that, oh no, only tapping does it,
Yeah.
then it's not going to work for you.
Yeah.
So you have to understand your brain and how your brain works and how memories are consolidated.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, so when a child is crying and you put the rattle in front of them, what do they usually do?
Focus on the rattle. Yeah.
They smile, they laugh, they've forgotten about the problem.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's kind of what we're doing here, but on a really deep level.
Yeah.
Right? So there's lots and lots of different ways of defracking, and I've got a whole list of them, and I'm happy to send them to you. All right. You can also, and when you're using the different methods, so how I like to teach my clients when they're working on themselves, anytime you're working on a memory or you're working on a problem, use 5 different ways of defracking on that problem. All right. And what that will do is it uses different parts of the memory of the brain to scramble that information. So what we want to do is we want to scratch that memory. We want to scramble it in the brain so that it doesn't keep resurfacing and bothering you. Oh, Laura, it's evening there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bedtime.
Bedtime.
Even if it was 9 o'clock in the morning, I would be yawning when I tap.
Aha, okay. Some tapping to do on that. Okay, so, you know, I recommend doing 5 different ways. Remember what I was saying is the defrac has got to be bigger than your problem. So you want to work with 5 different ways to really confuse your brain, to scramble that information. Okay, so the 5 different ways can be, first of all, the tapping is one. Secondly, the peaceful place is one. Okay. Thirdly, singing. Sing out loud, hum a tune to yourself. Okay. I'm getting a few people to do some recordings of their positive affirmations, singing their positive affirmations at the moment. And that's so much fun. You know, sing to yourself. Fake laughter. The other one is use numbers. The counting backwards from 100, 10, whatever, multiplications, divisions. So if you use those 5 different ways, you'll be able to collapse that problem you're working on very fast. But I want to check that before we go. So everyone close your eyes. Go back to the problem that you were working on. I know several of you are ready. It's not a problem anymore. It's changed. It's transformed. No longer bothers you. When you go back and check it, seeing what you see, hear what you hear, feel what you feel. The smells, the tastes, colors, images, expressions on faces, tone of the voices. Notice what's left there. Notice what still needs to change. Now open your eyes, and for anyone who hasn't changed, can you tell me what it is, please? What's left? Just unmute yourself. And Laura, thanks for your message. Another, when I was saying before, sometimes when you're tapping, what we call ab reactions, you know, you might get vivid dreams, you might get lots of memories popping in. yawning is also one of them. So thanks for that, Laura. Yeah, yawning. What else do people do? Sometimes they want to puke. You know, I've had that.
Sometimes I sneeze.
Sneeze, yeah.
Mm.
And different things will happen in your body. Like you might feel aches and pains. I had one lady, her legs used to be going like this madly. You know, all kinds of things will happen, all right? So anybody got that problem that I asked you to work on, if anything's left there, because I can help you shift that before we go. Amanda?
Yeah, mine is linked still really big stuff, so I don't know if I can clear it in one session.
No, no.
If you
but what the gift in this is find the link. Find the links. So at the moment, whatever you're working on, that feels better. That's good, right? Yes. And keep tapping on it until it completely feels better. And then make a list of the links that it's linked to, because this is what the brain does all the time. So thank you for that. You know, it makes links all the time. Remember, you've got millions of memories. So the brain's linking things all the time. And make a list of those and then use the tapping to do that, or make an appointment with me if it's too big for you and I'll help you with it. All right. I also offer 30-minute sessions, 30 minutes for $30. It's such incredible value. And I can help you shift something in 30 minutes that's bothering you. You know, I've had things like people who, you know, they've just broken up with their partner and they're just in this emotional pain, and I can help them to just shift that. You know, I've just lost my job and I feel really bad. I can help them to shift that. Big things, no, 30 minutes won't work. Big things, you need a 2-hour intensive session, which many of you here have had with me, you know, and they're powerful. We go really deep. We find all those roots and pull them out. I also offer 1-hour sessions for people who have chronic illness. They're in a lot of discomfort and they can only handle an hour. I do 1-hour sessions and we get things moving, okay? What else do I do? Can't remember that right now, but they're the main ones that I offer. And I offer pay what you can. I know people are struggling at the moment. And I've done that since I've started this work, because I was working in mental health and drug and alcohol. These are people who are really suffering. They're not going to be able to afford to pay a practitioner hundreds of dollars, you know. So I offer people a way of being able to learn this, use it themselves. That's the most magical thing about this. I can teach you in 5 minutes how to use it, and you can go away and use it yourself and make changes, and it's free. Okay. So what was I going to say? So yeah, anybody still there who has anything left, please?
I'm still here, but sorry, I have to go.
Thanks, Tash. Thanks for your patience.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Look forward to seeing you again. Bye.
Bye.
Yes, so Amanda, you've got a little bit left there. Anyone else? Laura?
I do.
Little bit left?
Yep.
Okay. How big is it?
Maybe a 2.
2? Well done. Well done. What was it before?
8, 9.
Well done. Well done. How amazing is that you've been able to do that yourself, right? How incredible is that? Amanda, what was yours before?
Oh, well, I chose a 5 and then I got it down, but then I went back into it again and then it's linked back to other memories that, that's okay.
Yes. And as long as you know that about yourself, how your brain does it, right? So when you said, I chose a 5, but it really wasn't, was it? It was probably a 10. Right? And this is the way your brain works, Amanda. And that's the beauty of this process, is you learn how your brain works. You learn how you tick inside. And that's really has been what's helped me the most. I've learned more about myself. you know, everyone's heard that amazing proverb, you know thyself, right? Know thyself. This is what you'll be doing when you do this work. You'll be learning so much about yourself, how you tick. I don't do all the things that I used to do before. I don't go into those deep trances. You know, I made a commitment to myself that I was not going to feel any discomfort in my body for more than a few moments. You know, I made that commitment to myself. I'm going to tap every day. I made a commitment, and I'm going to not feel bad or feel pain, discomfort, anything in my body. I've suffered long enough, thank you very much. And so anything that I feel now, I tap straight away, automatically. And because I've trained my brain to do that, it makes changes really fast for me, really fast. You know, I do tapping for the most amazing things, like peeling an onion and my eyes are watering. I tap. I don't want to feel my eyes stinging and watering, so I tap and it stops. You know, I tap when I got jack jumper bites straight away. I tap if my husband says something that upsets me, I tap straight away. Okay, there's lots of ways that you can tap. You can just massage each spot. Okay, you can just slide like that. You can just do it in your mind. After a while, you get really good at it. You just focus on what it is you want to change. Defrag, right? Take your attention away from it. And then you can just imagine tapping on each point. I use this one a lot on my collarbone. If I'm talking with someone, I might be on the phone. Somebody's telling me all their problems on the phone. If I notice that I'm getting triggered, I just tap here on the collarbone. You can also just hold your wrist. You know, just hold your wrist. So it's about the defracking, not so much about the tapping. It's about your intention. What is it that I want to do? I don't want to feel like this anymore. I want to change it. Okay.
Look,
Yeah,
I have a
Laura?
question. When you were talking about when you had really bad pain and it was hard for you to focus with EFT, I find that with faster EFT too, when it's pain, there's lots of different things I've worked on, but when it's really intense pain, it's very hard to keep myself focused on tapping.
Pain, when
it makes my brain feel like, I keep saying, like scrambled eggs.
Yeah. When you're working with pain, you really need to have intensive sessions on it, right? To get to the root cause of the pain first. Get to the root cause of it and then tap on yourself. And Laura, you may have gotten very, very good at going into the trance of your pain.
This particular pain, yes, definitely.
Yeah, there you go. So if you're good at it, your brain has built a very strong neural pathway to it, and it's going to take longer to collapse it.
Yeah.
So I would get really clear in your intention, what you want to do, make a contract with your subconscious mind that you're going to change it, right? And then use those 5 defracking ways of breaking it down. Take your attention away from the pain, which I know is possible because I hear it all the time from people who have pain.
I've definitely tapped my pain down.
My pain awesome. You know,
but then it comes back. It comes back.
It comes back because it's still trying to let you know that there's something linked to it. Pain is the body's expression of an emotional pain, of memories that are not resolved yet. Okay, I know pain very well, and I'll be doing a course on pain because there's so many people out there with it. Pain used to be my best friend. It's not now. Okay, so what I want to do now, finish off, is what we call future pacing. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine what it is that you want. So just close your eyes and go into that and see what you see. Imagine yourself in the life that you want to have. See it, hear it, feel it, the smells, the tastes. Look around you, notice the colors and the images, the smells and the tastes. Notice where you are, what you're doing, who you're with. And I want you to focus on the gratitude that you feel. Focus on that gratitude that you feel. Whether it's gratitude for how far you've come, gratitude for the person that's in your life, whatever it is that you feel grateful for. And I want you to really feel that feeling inside of you. Notice where it is in your body. And I want you to make that bigger. Make it bigger and bigger and stronger. And now what I want you to do is take that good feeling inside of you and notice how good it makes you feel as you travel forward in your life. Notice how much better you feel in the days and the weeks and the months ahead of you as you allow yourself to feel better, happier, more content and more at peace than you've ever been. Knowing that as you take emotional control, that everything works out. And if you meet an opportunity to heal, that you're going to do some more tapping. And as you do your whole life, the people in your life, your family, your friends, in fact, your whole world just gets better and better, simply because you've made the decision to take charge, to take control, to forgive yourself and to make peace with yourself. Now take a deep breath in and blow it out and say peace. Good job. Okay. So I hope that's helped. I hope that's given you a little bit of understanding of what the process is. There's 100 other things that I could tell you about it, but I wanted to try and just keep it as simple as I could and for you to have an experience and to give you a tool to go on while this chaos is happening around us. In some parts of the world, it's already improving, getting better, flattening out the curve, yay. And, you know, anything else in your life that comes up for you, you know, have a go. You'll get really good at it. You'll get better and better and better at it. Your belief in it will grow. Your confidence will grow, you know, and your life will really change. My life doesn't look anything like it used to, you know, nowhere near what it used to look like. I have an awesome life, amazing life. So keep an eye out for the Friday workshops. Okay, I'll keep doing those. Let me know if the time's not good for you. I'm happy to change the times for anyone. I chose that because I knew it was good for the US. And great, Heather, that's awesome. And would you mind sharing with us quickly, if you can unmute yourself, because this was the first time that you have been introduced to it, would you mind just sharing with us a little bit, and the people who are out there who are watching the recording, how have you found it?
Yeah, it's different. It's something I've never ever sort of done in my life. I do a lot of yoga for relaxation, but
Yes.
that seems to get you into the same headspace.
Very quickly?
Yes, yes. It's something I would definitely want to pursue. I think it will help me immensely with my
Wonderful.
life.
And for people who are there who it is your first time, please go to the fastereft.com website, jump on the 5-day free course, and Robert will be sharing all that with you, and so much better, so much better than what I can. He's amazing the way he simplifies things and explains things You know, I'm just his student, you know, learning. Also, please go to my website and have a look, www.stressfreefast.com.au. Have a look on that and see what I'm doing. I'm hoping to have a sales page on there soon with all my courses and all the sessions that I offer. Also, come and join me on Facebook. You know, come and join my groups. I have the Stress Free Fast group and a business page. And the chronic pain one, I'll probably be bringing that over to the Stress Free Fast one. So you're better off to join that. But I do have a chronic pain page on Facebook as well. So thank you so much, everyone. After that little hiccup in the beginning, oh my goodness, I'll be sending out lots of apology emails and messages now to everyone. I can't believe it, but oh well, you know, one thing I've learned is you got to stay flexible. You know, you just got to go with the flow, whatever's happening. I didn't get stressed out at all when that was happening. Not at all. You know, I just thought, oh, okay. Sorry, everybody. But there'll be lots of other opportunities. So thank you so much. Anybody want to say anything before we leave?
Thanks so much for doing this for everybody.
You're welcome, Laura. Did you love the singing part?
The singing is my bestie, Frack.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Lovely to meet you all. See you again. Thanks for your help, Mars. And take care. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
Okay.